In today's world, we've become so busy, and I think everyone's experiencing this. And I'm really tuning into the busyness of day-to-day life. You see this in if you want to get together with friends, say, "Hey, when can you get together?" They say, I can get together for a few hours and 3 weeks from now." And we've all become so busy, even though we have technology that is supposed to be making our lives more simple. The reality is that the more technology that we have, the more things we end up doing. And this busyness has become insanely heavy. And I think the big thing that's happening is that people are unable to shut that busyness off. And when you're unable to shut the busyness off, what happens is you get disconnected to the answers that exist outside of your own mind. And from those answers is where the real shifts in our lives happen. So essentially, if you have become so busy that your mind doesn't shut off, then you are going to disconnect yourself from receiving the answers that you require to make major shifts in your life. So I thought it'd be important for us to create some understanding around why the mind is so busy, why we have become so distracted, and how to make a step outside of that so we could get plugged into all. So if that is something that interests you, then stick around for the next couple of minutes of this video, and I am actually going to get you unplugged from the busyness of this world that we live in today so that you can get plugged into the infinite. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, stick around and watch the video to the end. My name is David Haas. If you don't know who I already am, I've dedicated the last 19 years of my life to spiritual growth and the path to enlightenment. And through that process, I've uncovered a bunch of things that have dramatically shifted my life. And as my life began to dramatically shift, people around me started saying, "What are you doing?" And that led to the creation of a coaching business, which led to the creation of my retreat center called Tranquility, where I have people come out to that retreat center to disconnect from this busyness. And this disconnection is so needed that Lungo Vita just took off because of the demand for that disconnection. And so I think that the reason that we have become so disconnected is because we don't recognize the primary function of the mind, right? And so the mind has one primary function, and that is to protect us. It protects us in the physical world, but it also protects us in the emotional world. So without the mind, right, we wouldn't evolve. We wouldn't have evolved as a species. We needed the ego or the mind in order to perpetuate our existence, okay? Now, in our modern world where we're living safe, we're not having to run from lions or anything anymore, the mind is still hyperactive to try and protect us, but it's doing so in the form of protecting us from emotional pain. And now we are insanely susceptible to taking on behaviors of protection. And in our modern world, one of the ways that we protect ourselves from this pain is through being busy, right? When you're so busy, you never have to feel anything. But that avoidance of feeling is creating more and more busyness, which is ends up creating the feeling that we are trying to avoid, which is a feeling of not being in control, a feeling of being overwhelmed, the feeling of being stressed out. And if it's continued to be left unchecked, obviously we know that's going to create all kinds of health issues and problems for us. And it's going to eventually bring into our life the thing that mechanism has been helping us avoid. So step one in this recognition is to recognize that the mind has one function, and that's to protect us. Step two is to ask, how is the mind protecting us? So that may be through, filling up our calendars, becoming overworking, from just doing too much. The third thing is, what is it protecting us from? What are the emotions? What are the pains that we are avoiding from this busyness, right? And so when we begin to create awareness, the only thing that we have to do to recognize what it is that we're avoiding is just stop being busy for a day or two. And when we stop being busy for a day or two, the feelings of lack of worth may come up. The feeling of I'm not going to be okay. I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Whatever it is, this is what we're avoiding by this constant go, go, go. And we all know that if you're just constantly going, if you're driving your car 100 miles an hour with your foot to the floor all the time, eventually that car is going to break down. And so the purpose of this video is to open your eyes to the fact that you actually have your foot to the floor. But the next question is like, why is it to the floor in the first place? And the reason it's to the floor is because we are avoiding some sort of pain. If we are able to connect to that pain, then we no longer need the protection of go, go, go anymore. And we can finally slow down and be like, hey, if pain comes, I'm okay. I can feel this pain completely and I'll be okay at it. And so this is how we unplug. But now here's the thing. Social media, all entertainment, they're feeding off of this knowledge, essentially. They know that it is way easier to pick up your phone and scroll, or way easier to make you busier than it is to actually deal with the things that you've been avoiding your whole entire life. And now, whether they're doing this consciously or unconsciously, I have no idea. But basically, we have our ego, our instinct, our primitive nature is to focus on the bad and avoid it, right? Through focusing on the bad, we learned how to avoid it. And so the mechanisms of avoidance are the things that end up limiting us most. And one of those mechanisms is this constant distraction, right? This constant go, go, go mentality. And so in order for us to begin making a shift, we have to unplug. We have to unplug from all of that busyness. And in order to unplug, we need to get silent. And this is what we are all avoiding, because we think that we do not have the time to stop. We think that we can't stop for 1 second, right? In order to finally get connected to what is actually going on. But the awareness that you seek to make a critical shift in your life, the answer to the question of, why am I so busy? Why can't I shut my mind off? Exists in the stillness. So the one thing that you are avoiding is where the answers lie. And so what I'd like to do in the second part of this video is to get you connected to that stillness so you can connect to the answer. Now, if you have the instinct to turn this video off or go to the next video, that is exactly what the mind wants you to do. It wants you to keep going, keep consuming more information, because that's how it's protected you from the pain that you're avoiding. So if that was your instinct, then I would actually encourage you to stay longer and go through this 5-minute meditation, because this is what is going to get you connected to the answers that you seek. Okay, so all I'm going to have you do, this is going to be about a 5-minute meditation, is I'm just going to have you close your eyes, and you can start doing that with me now. We're going to begin connecting. And what I like to do in my meditations in the beginning is I just get to a place, I wiggle around in my chair where I know I'm going to be able to just sit silently and still in the body for about 5 minutes, or however long my meditation is going to be. Let's take a couple breaths here. Just in through the nose, out through the nose. One more time. Just see yourself connected to the earth. See yourself grounded and rooted. You can visualize like a laser beam connected to the center of the earth. That energy of the earth flows through your entire body. Just feel that anti-inflammatory energy of the earth, that grounded connectedness flowing through every part of your body, flowing through your feet, through your calves, through your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes. See it flowing through your belly and your gut, your intestinal tract. See it flowing through the heart and the chest, and just noticing the need to take a deep breath here as you get to that area. So go ahead and do that. Flowing to the shoulders, let the shoulders sink. Flowing down the arms, into the hands. Flowing up the arms, into the neck, into the mouth. Let the tongue come off through the mouth. Flowing through your nose, noticing the breath there. Flowing through your eyes, flowing through the brain. Now you're completely grounded and rooted to the earth. Just take a second to visualize yourself standing on the grass outside, fully connected to the earth. Recognizing now that we are connected to a higher power, to something greater than ourselves. Insert your own word there, but visualize that power as a white light that enters the body. It's a laser beam of white light through the head. And it flows with the grounded energy of the earth through your body. And this power is an all-powerful, all-knowing, all-present power. And see that white light expanding beyond your body now into the room that you're sitting in. And recognizing that you can step outside of the body and mind and step into that white light, and you can observe your body and mind from this space. And taking a bigger step out from the room that you're in to the city that you're in. And now observing how you occupy space within that white light from the city level. And again, now taking another expansion out to your country, recognizing how you occupy space in your country, in your city, in your house, in the room that you're in. Good. One more expansion to the entire world, to the entire universe, actually. But again, recognizing how you occupy space within this universe, within the earth, within your country, within your city, within your house, and within the room that you're in. Good. And from this space, it's all connected, all present, all powerful energy. We just want to ask. Then we want this answer to be revealed to us from that stillness. We don't want to think about the answer. We've been thinking about the answer our whole entire lives. And this is why we've remained stuck. We want the answer to come to us from this white light of all-knowingness, which we are one with. And we want to connect to why it is or what it is that we are avoiding with our busyness. Why are we going constantly? And why can't we be still? And let's just sit here for the next 2 minutes and just wait to see what is revealed. Good. Now from this space, just lock in any answers that came to you. But from this place, I want to get you connected to the power of connection, the power of love that we are so disconnected from. But from this space, being one with this white light, with this energy, just go to somebody that you need to reconnect with, that you need to love again or love fully. Whoever comes to your awareness is where you're supposed to go. Whether they're dead or alive, You can connect to them. You can connect to their energy beyond their body and mind, their soul. And you can see yourself and that person soul to soul, beyond all the programs and conditions of love, beyond all the past hurts. And from this soul level, we can fully love them. We can see the transfer of love between us and them. You just allow yourself to stay in that energy field of love. Feel it radiate through your whole body. It should bring tears to your eyes. It should bring chills to your body. If you're not feeling that, you need to go deeper, beyond the programs of the mind. There you go. Now, from this space of pure unconditional love, just stay here for a minute. Don't let the mind come in and distract. Just stay with the love. Feel it interchanging between you and the person you've connected with. Good. Now expand love beyond just the two of you. Expand it to the entire world. See it flowing through every single person that exists on this planet or that has ever existed. Don't lose it. Reconnect at the person-to-person level if necessary, and then expand out from there. Noticing as you expand out all of the pain in the world. We're not taking on any of that. We're just sending love. We're connecting with them beyond our judgments, beyond our condemnations. Let's just stay in the energy of love for a moment. Recognizing now you are connected to all. You are not your body, you are not your mind, you're something so much greater than that. And from this place, take a moment to give your thanks to the higher power of your understanding for allowing you to finally connect, to finally get aligned with what is truly important in this world. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Feel yourself returning to the body and the mind. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.